Hey guys, what's up? My name is Cayla. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing an easy peasy lemon squeezy basic bitch smoky eye tutorial. Do I look intimidating? Does this look hard? Does it? Are you thinking that you can't pull this off because you're 50 years old and you think your eye look doesn't work for this? I'm looking at you, my mother-in-law. I love you, but seriously. Smoky eye is just a really easy, good technique to have in your arsenal for a fancy date. If fall is coming up, so I want to do kind of a more fall look for you guys, so when fall does actually happen, you have this smoky eye mastered for. And so instead of having to spend an hour watching this video over and over again, you can just be like, oh, I've done this 200 times already, let me just throw this on and go over to like a pumpkin patch or something on a fancy day. Or you can do this actually with black eyeshadow. Instead of doing soft brown, you can do like go to an emo rock concert, which I will actually be doing in about a month, so I'm getting hyped for that. Or you can just, this look for me honestly would just be a Tuesday. I would just call this eyeshadow look Tuesday, because I pretty much do whatever I want when it comes to makeup. Yeah, so smoky eye, dinner, fancy date night, the glamorous party, trip to the pumpkin patch on a cool October night, emo punk concert, or just any day of the week, because I don't care. Because when it comes to makeup, I do whatever I want, because I have no shame. No shame, guys. No shame when it comes to my makeup game. So if you want to see how easy this smoky eye is, then just keep watching and let's get rolling. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys in real close, probably as close as I'm comfortably am going to get with the camera. Looking right at you guys. So this is I'm only going to be using drugstore products. If I didn't say at the beginning, I'm doing it now. The only thing besides my face makeup, which pretty much looks non-existent at this point, I have my brows on. I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and then I use my Essence Make Me brow gel and Brow Wiz. In terms of eye, I use my eye primer, my only eye primer, which is the Ulta Matte Nude Primer Lid. It was mentioned in my weekly makeup basket. Whenever I do a weekly makeup basket, probably for the next 6 months, it's going to be included in that. Just know my only eye primer is that one. Yeah, so let me get focused. So I only have eye primer on. The palette that I'm going to be using, or the main products I'm going to be using, is this Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. This is the Not a Basic Peach one, and then I'm going to be using this cream shadow, this e.l.f. smudge pot, and this is in Cruise and Chink. It's just this nice dark warm cream shadow, which we'll get to in a second. But the reason why I'm going with this palette, Wet n Wild palette, is A, because it's only $5, so it's hella affordable. Instead of in my Halo Eye tutorial where I use the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette and just give you a bunch of dupes at the end, I'm instead for this video going to actually be using a palette. And where I specifically want to use this palette for is because it does not have a black. I think when most people think of smoky eyes, they think of black all over their lid, and I don't want to do that. This palette has a nice rich brown, which you can do a smoky eye with. That is going to be, I think with smoky eyes, you don't want to go dive headfirst into black eyeshadow. Doing brown eyeshadow is going to still give you that nice effect, but it's going to be less harsh and less like, oh my gosh, what did I just do to my face? But we're going to get to that in a minute. First, I'm just going to take my EcoTools Micro Blending Brush. This is this little flat tip brush. I always just use it to set my eye primer. It's really big. It covers everything up. So, and then I'm going to go into my Morphe M441 brush. Okay, this brush is just really big and fluffy, so you can buy Wet n Wild brushes. This is just the first one I saw. And so I am going to first go into, there's this matte orange shade. We're going to go into that first, and I'm just going to dab, tap, tap, switch palettes. And I am just going to kind of use this as a nice or transition shade. Just slowly, gradually build up. I want to see, and with this transition shade, we're gonna get it pretty high up. I'm not really concerned about focusing it in my, keeping it really close to my eye, because with the smoky eye, you really want to smoke out your eyes, but not with like the darkest shade you're using. Doing a nice transition from like the darkest shade on your lid and slowly going lightly out is just going to make it seem less intimidating and less intimidating for you to apply it. And then if someone's coming up to you who's not used to seeing you with a smoky eye, they'll be like, oh, okay, like she's going they're going for a little bold, but not like, oh, like what the hell happened to you, kind of thing. Probably shouldn't build this up too much. I have a really bad habit of just like going full pigmentation on every eyeshadow that I have, because if I'm using it, well, it's like obviously I want to see the shadow. I feel like we got them pretty even at this point. I'm gonna keep this brush nearby, but we're not gonna go to it yet. I'm gonna use another brush. You don't have to do this, but I'm switching to another brush just to kind of keep everything organized in my brain. I'm gonna use this really dirty okay, so for the, I'm going to go into a second blending brush. It's a little bit smaller, not quite as fluffy. It's a little smaller to work with. It is stained kind of pretty purple, but I'm using just like my Sephora color switcher. It's just kind of like this almost like spongy but like rough spongy thing that they can sell for $10 because it's Sephora. Just so you can switch colors. It's not going to clean your brush, but it's going to get the excess powder off so you can switch colors, eyeshadows. And so now I'm going to go into this. Now I'm going to go into this big, deep transition shade right here. That really messes with my lighting. It's not quite as dark as the chocolate brown that we're going to go all over the lid. So I'm going to keep this shadow like more focused in my crease and not blend it up like I did the orange. We're going to keep this pretty... Oh, see, this is why you want to have your stuff off. I'm going to have to blend that out crazy now. Okay, yeah, so the shadow that was originally on the other brush was so dark that it wasn't looking at all like the transition shade actually looks like in the palette. So this shade is going to look kind of dark, which I wasn't going for, but I just pretty much grabbed the same brush, just a different one because I have like 1,200 of them. Like I said, we're just keeping this focused into the crease itself. I'm trying to do circular motions. So we're keeping this in the crease as much as we can, and I'm mostly doing windshield wiper motions, but I try to find a way of doing like windshield wipers and circling motions at the same time. Otherwise, if that's too hard for you, literally just do the windshield wiper motions. So I should have mentioned this like before we would have got to this point, but if you're having trouble of keeping the shadow like in your crease, keep your eyes open for this. Do not close your eyes. It feels really weird at first, but just trust me, like not closing my eyes completely, because it's hard to like fully know where your crease is if your eyes are open. So, and honestly, like I'm slowly just like pressing into like the socket of my eye. That's where your crease is. And it's gonna look slightly different on everybody because we have different eye shapes. My eyes are slightly hooded. Some people have fully hooded eyes. Some people barely have any at all. You're just gonna have to look. You're just gonna have to play around and figure out like what is working for you. Okay, so skip that. Don't put shadow on your more shadow. I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna go around like the very edges of where I was blending all the shadow and just kind of windshield wiper everything out and over. And we're just gonna kind of diffuse everything so we don't have like anything like blatantly harsh. Now if you kind of can tell what I was doing, I've been kind of like trying to like draw like a sweet, like taking the brush and try to like draw it out like towards the outside of my eye. You don't have to do that. I am so like habitually doing that with my eye looks. Like you can just do like the curve of your eye and just like stop like right here. You don't have to try doing like this false winging out motion, because we're not going to do winged eyeliner with a smoky eye unless you're me. But for you guys who are secure in yourselves to go out without a winged eyeliner, you don't have to do this, but it's just kind of how I'm like slowly kind of like dragging the shadow out right here. Yeah, you don't try not to do that unless you're me. So actually we are really close to being done with this already. We've used technically 3 shadows and just did a fuck ton of blending. That's the majority of this. The reason why the smoky eye is so easy is because it's just a lot of blending. So now I'm going to go into that e.l.f. Cream eyeshadow that I was using earlier. This is a pot grain shadow, but you can go in with like a NYX jumbo eye pencils. These are $5 at Ulta, and they're amazing. The reason why I'm not using one of these is because I don't have a dark brown, and I wanted to make sure that I was like using a brown on top of a brown. So this, so all we're gonna do is you're just gonna take your little cream eyeshadow, what's on your pencil, it's on a lid, and you're just gonna throw it on your eye using one of those NYX jumbo eye pencils. You are gonna have to be pretty careful to keep it on your lid, because otherwise it's going to be really easy with those pencils, trust me, I know, to get it way up into your crease, and you don't really want it on your crease because you do have to blend it out with your finger. You can't just like go streak. You need to wear out, make everything is smooth and even. Okay, so honestly, just looking at this right now, you could honestly start right if you were getting really intimidated by this smoky eye and you just wanted to stop right now, like you really could, and just have a nice neutral eye look. Let me swatch this actually. So this shimmery brown is what I put all over my lid. It's a smudge pot, again by e.l.f. I think these are $3. These might be harder to find. You might be able to get them online at e.l.f.'s website right now, because these were on clearance for a while, and now I think they're not sold in stores, which is heartbreaking. He's getting a hold of. This was just like the closest to a dark brown that I had, and apparently it's not all a dark brown. This is actually a very pretty eye look. But we're not stopping here. No, we are not. So I'm going to take this Equal Tools shading brush. It's like flat but big, and this brush is like flat but it's big but it's fluffy. I don't know what it is about it, but I just really like it. It's going to be really nice for packing on deep darker shadows. I'm just going to take the flat end of this brush and kind of pack it into the darkest brown in the palette. We're on top of the blue there, and we're just going to pack it. It's going to be just, instead of blending, we're going to be patting. But the reason why we're putting the cream base down is because we want the shadow to stick. We want it to be there. We want it to be vibrant. And especially if you're doing black, not all black shadows are created equal, so it could be a really uphill climb if you don't put a cream down. You could just use concealer, but just give yourself the extra boost and use a cream shadow that is going to be close to what you're using. And then with the top of the brush right here, like where the blending shadows were, I'm going to just kind of windshield wiper it back and forth just to kind of make the gradient pretty solid. And kind of make sure like it doesn't look like a weird harsh line. So at this point, you can call it good. You can, it really looks like I have no makeup on, so you could do the rest of your makeup. You can call it good here, but we're not going to. So we're going to make this a full smoky eye. So what just happened is I tried using a black eyeliner and smudging out the top of my lid, and that looked absolutely terrible. So I then tried using the chocolate brown shade to kind of just like smudge it out, and it kind of failed. So just maybe skip this step, sort of. We're going to go actually back to this on the lower lash line real quick, but first I'm gonna do mascara because I can't right now. I just can't. So I'm gonna go in and use my Essence Lash Princess mascara. I just freaking love this mascara. So I'm gonna do this real quick and then we'll be back. So real quick, I just took a makeup remover wipe and I gotta like turn my head. And I just kind of swiped up just to kind of clean up that line a little bit. You don't have to do that, but I just kind of felt like it just felt right. Whatever, it felt right for me, okay? It felt right. Just to clean up a little bit. I'd also kind of like actually quite a bit of fallout underneath my eyes, so I just did that real quick. Now we're gonna go to the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take this even tinier pencil brush, this little guy, and I'm first gonna we're gonna kind of do a reverse. So I'm gonna take the orange that we first used, and I'm just gonna take this all across my lower lash line. Just kind of like, we're just gonna kind of sweep this around town. And I'm being kind of like loose with this shadow because it's okay if this orange one goes down a little bit farther, because we're gonna stack the other two shadows pretty close to it on top. But we just want that nice bottom gradient as well. We have the orange down. I'm just going to go into the transition shade that we used second, that big one in the Wet n Wild palette, and we're just going to do the same thing. Probably just use a little bit less of it, and we're going to keep it closer to the lash line. I get this up ridiculously close. Like, I get my freaking shadow in my eyes. Like, I don't know if I can go blind from having so much eyeshadow powder in my eyes, but it happens a lot. So maybe just be a little bit more careful than I am being. I'm just kind of doing this kind of like haphazard. I'm going to use my shade switcher, just kind of get some of that off, and then we're going to go into that deep brown shade. Deep brown, and we're going to get this as close to the lash line, the center, middle of your eyes, as close as freaking possible. I'm trying to do it like this. Like right in the lash line. And now again, you could probably just kind of like tug at your eyes just to make it a little bit easier for you to do this. I don't like doing that. Again, I've just done that so many years that like I've just tried to train myself to not do that. So that's just kind of what I am trying to do. Also, to prevent to get so much powder in my eyes, like I'm trying to like angle my brush like more downward to kind of help instead of going like straight in, because you could probably stab yourself in the eye. I've done it before. You can. It's pretty risky doing lower lash game down here. Pretty tricky. And since I pretty much have all my concealer gone at the bottom of my lash real quick, I'm just going to take this bright orange shade that we started with, and I'm going to look up, and I'm just going to kind of try to blend everything more. I like to use a smaller blending brush for this, but I'm at this kind of point where it's just like, yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, that blending did like, it perfected everything. So again, you could stop here. You could. I'm gonna throw my inner corner highlight back in because I kind of mudged it away. Just to make this like a truly full smoky eye, I need my black liner. I need to really finish the smoky eye look. I just need the black liner. It's calling to me. So I'm gonna put this in my waterline and just wish me luck. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. I pretty much just redid my face makeup, at least to make it a little bit more tolerable, because I just really like how this smoky eye looked out. I feel like this is a step up from my Trash Panda emo high school days and just more classy, sophisticated version. I don't feel like this is that like intense. Just using the browns, it's a smoky, intense eye, but it's so much softer at the same time. I did throw on a Smashbox lipstick. It is in the shade Famous. famous. This is a mini size from a holiday set, but you can't get this in a full size. And yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, I keep staring at myself in the viewfinder because I love my makeup. It just looks really pretty. I'm so proud of myself because I'm a narcissist. Again, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what more you want to see from my channel, or just if there's a stupid video beauty trend that you want me to give a try out, let me know as well. And since you're already here, subscribe to my channel. Hello, I am hopefully an up-and-coming undiscovered YouTube beauty guru. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just I'm an awkward adult in this awkward land that I live in, talking to a camera to the void of the internet. But I really enjoy if you guys subscribed, because it'd be awesome. So I don't have to keep posting on Instagram and Twitter when every single video goes live. If you just subscribe, YouTube will tell you. Hit that notification bell. YouTube will tell you. So you guys don't get annoyed with every Instagram post being like, hey, it's related to my video that I just posted today. Yeah, seriously. I get annoyed. I know I am annoyed making those posts. You're probably annoyed seeing them. So just subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It's not that hard. Maybe it is hard. You know what? It's not hard. It's not hard. I believe in you. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Have joy!